Hey y'all! Your journal does not have to be pretty to be powerful, and I really mean that. If perfectionism has ever stopped you in your tracks, if you've ever opened a brand new notebook and felt totally frozen, this video is for you. And hey, if we've not yet met, I'm Brenna. I'm an artist, writer, and lifelong journaler. In the past 20 years, I filled 86 journals and counting, and I help sensitive, perfectionism-prone creatives and seekers go from inconsistency and lack of self-confidence into creating messy yet magical pages that are not only a record of your unique life, but that actually serve you. Now, not one of those 86 journals is perfect, but what they are is alive, real, and a true reflection of my journey. Today, I want to share how to move from perfectionism into creating those messy yet magical pages that actually serve us. I'll give you a starting ritual, a mindset shift, and some gentle prompts so you can get started without all the pressure. So let's dive into this. First, let's talk about this perfectionistic block with the blank page. The blank page can feel like a ton of pressure. The inner voice might whisper, if I can't do it perfectly, there's no point in even starting. And the result? You don't start. Perfectionism wins, and the journal stays blank. And I just want to normalize this, that so many creatives experience this, and you are not alone. Many folks freeze before they even begin. I think a key to working with this and shifting it a little is moving from being product-oriented to more process-oriented. Story time. For years in my 20s and younger, I was seeing online some journal pages that looked very aesthetic and very beautiful. And I was journaling away all those years and just wishing and hoping and longing to create these beautiful, pretty pages that I was seeing online. But somewhere along the way, I looked up and realized that I had filled up about 40 journals, and I suddenly did not care as much about the aesthetics. I was actually processing my life in these books, not performing for anyone. My journals really did become a way to process through my experience. And sure, some of the pages turned out pretty cute, but mostly it's just scrawled writing in most of these books, and that's great because it's what I needed. The pages might not make so much sense when you're creating them, but sometimes later when you go back and look at them, it's like a Rorschach test, one of those psychological ink blot tests, and they would say, what do you see? It becomes like that in your journal. Again, with a little hindsight, we can see so much, but we can't look back if we never put the words in the book to begin with. So I just want to say again that authenticity is more important than aesthetics. Our journal can be whatever we need it to be. You might have different journals for different things. This took me like 10 years to get to, but now I actually do have different journals for different things. This was a game changer for me. I have a journal with thinner pages that I write in every day. I have a journal with thicker pages that I do art in sometimes when I need to. And then I have my creative planner that helps me keep my life in order. For a long time, I just did everything in one journal, but separating these things into different spaces removes the pressure for one journal to hold everything. Let's talk about some gentle prompts for starting. I suggest that you start by choosing your materials intentionally that you want to work with. This could literally be whatever you have. No need to buy anything fancy and no need to feel like you need anything fancy. Choose a journal that you're going to work in, or even just a notebook, or even the back of an envelope. I'm a big fan of doodling on junk mail. And I would also advise to tidy the area a little bit, if it's not already tidy, that you're going to be working in. This can help to clear away the clutter, literally and figuratively, so that you can become a conduit for what's going to come through when you move into your journaling. And if starting just feels way too uncomfortable with that blank page, here's one thing that I often do in my journals that can help. So you have this blank journal, right? And it's just so blank. So one of the things you can do is to put page numbers in the journal. I started doing this a while back because I got a journal that had page numbers and I realized like, whoa, this is awesome. You can put an index in the front with a little page number and an item so that you can keep track of the magic and the mess in your pages. To me, numbering the pages is very relaxing. It might get kind of boring for you, but just let it be a moving meditation of your hand. So finally, you've tidied, you have your materials, you have perhaps a timer, and you're ready to start. Take a deep, intentional breath and remind yourself, this is my sacred time, it is not a test. You can light a candle if that feels supportive in making this more of a ritualistic experience. And what I want you to do is make one small mark on the page. This breaks the spell of perfectionism. It can be a little heart, a little star, a little spiral, any doodle, a happy face, whatever you want, a word that comes to mind. But what this does is it breaks the blank, and that is really powerful. Give yourself permission. If nothing comes at first, then it's okay to rest. It's okay to meditate. It's okay if it doesn't happen immediately. And what you're not going to do is beat yourself up for that, because that's what just keeps the perfectionism going. It may be helpful to check out the description box below where I've linked for you 50 kind journaling prompts. For those that have a little streak of perfectionism and need support with this, linked below are those journal prompts for you to peruse and see which ones really light you up. Just keep in mind, prompts are invitations, not homework. So if some don't resonate, no big deal. Let those go. Work with the ones that do resonate. You can start with something so simple like, today I feel, and complete the sentence. You can start with another simple prompt like, what am I ready to release? Right now at the time of recording, we're in fall, and so it's the perfect time to consider what we're ready to release in the wheel of the year. And again, give yourself so many permission slips here. You're starting a new thing, which is already a big deal. And so, if you make that one little mark and it's just not happening today, let yourself be okay with that and come back to it tomorrow and try again. All of the 86 journals that I've filled started with one blank page. Well, many blank pages. So now you have the opportunity to go from product-oriented thinking to process-oriented thinking. You know that it's normal to feel a little squirrely about starting a new notebook. You have a couple of rituals to break the blank. Again, adding page numbers or just a small mark to a blank page can be just the key we need to begin the next layer of the process. You also have the opportunity for different structures for different things. Again, it took me 10 years to get there, but it doesn't mean it needs to take you that long. You can have one journal for writing, one place for arting or creating, and another place for planning. You have a gentle way of starting. Perfectionism wants you to wait for the perfect day, the perfect page, the perfect idea, but your journal doesn't need perfect, it just needs you. And if you'd like some supplies for your creativity practice, my Happy Mail subscription is linked below, and it's a monthly opportunity to receive collage packs, sticker sets, and all kinds of fun goodies in the mail. They're little tools that make that messy magic even easier. And I'd love to know in the comments, what is your biggest block with starting? Is it the blank page? Is it consistency? Or is it something else? And if this resonated, I think you will love my video on the 3 types of journaling I do each day. I'll leave it linked here so you can explore next what type of journaling is really calling you right now. And remember, your pages do not have to be perfect, they just have to be yours. See you next time, y'all.